Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 27 of What If Naruto Was Given a Second Chance. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, stay in tune for What If Naruto. Learn the clone secret in the beginning over an Anime King 2 that I'll be posting later on. And I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto's a Godly Mage, so stay tuned for that as well guys. And What If Naruto's a OP Seal Master, so stay tuned for that and enjoy as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button to become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last time we left off, as Naruto finally came back to Konoha and met Kushina. As he went for a debriefing, as Kakashi, Sasuke, Jiraiya and Tsunade was in the office, as Tsunade wanted to know how strong exactly Naruto was, as Jiraiya was mumbling something as she couldn't hear him, as Naruto told him to tell her the truth. Yes, he defeated Jiraiya, as Kakashi told Tsunade that Sasuke is right now stronger than him, as Tsunade wanted to see a match between the two of them. So it will be tomorrow, as Naruto gave Tsunade some Mount Miyaboku's sake which she loved so much, and with that he headed off. Going into the village he saw the different changes that happened, the new buildings that were built, as everyone is looking at him with respect and kindness in their eyes now. His name has spread through the elemental nation, the Golden Blur. The Golden Blur of Konoha, as everyone, especially ninjas, look at him with a proud greetings on their face. So with that, Naruto went to celebrate with his friends between coming back, as they all went towards their barbecue shack. Sitting down there, as Sasuke wanted to know something, seeing how close Kiba and Hinata were. As Naruto came there, Kiba and Hinata had got together over the time period. As Naruto explained to her, well, he didn't see her in that romantic way. It was just different, as she was saddened by that at first. But after spending the entire time with Kiba going on numerous missions, out of the village, the both of them were sitting down as Kiba finally confessed to her that he liked her. She didn't know when it happened, but she started to like him as well, as Kiba made a bold move and kissed her, which she kissed him back. And now the both of them were happy together, as Naruto was happy for the both of them. As Naruto started to order steak, and after a while everyone started to drink, including Sakura, and including Rock Lee as well. Naruto woke up the next morning and remembered what happened as his head was pounding. The seal was on him so he could actually get drunk. As Sakura, Ino, Tenten and Sasuke, all of them were at Sasuke's house. They got too drunk as they started to roam around the village. And a lot of kissing went on in their drunken state, and they had to hold down Lee after he went crazy after drinking the alcohol. The next morning, as the leader of the Akatsuki was talking, that was Pain, as he changed up the assignments for the group. The Golden Blur is too powerful for any of them to go after. He is a god, so it doesn't matter, as he will take him down when the time comes. So for right now, Itachi and Kisame has other targets, as Deidara and Sasori are going after Gaara the One Tail. The next morning, as everyone made it toward the stadium, as it seems that the news has spread, as everyone was excited to see a match between the Golden Blur and the last Uchiha, as everyone was there, including the clan heads. Seeing that Naruto is going to become a clan head now, they want to see what he's truly capable of. As everyone arrived, including Sarutobi, as everyone was wondering who would win this match, well, judging from what they heard from Naruto over the years, they had a strong feeling that it would be him. So yeah guys, that was basically as we left off. You guys can switch across to the place and check out for yourself, so this will begin this new episode. Hayate had jumped away, as both Naruto and Sasuke were just standing there. Aren't they gonna do something? Kiba said up in the stands. I think they're just sizing each other for now, said Shino. Well then, let's see what they're truly capable of, said Kiba, as he really wanted to test himself against them as well. After all, He has gotten a lot stronger over the 4-year period, and you don't think that Naruto and Sasuke could be that. Kiba instantly went quiet as both of them move off. In a blur that Kiba couldn't even track. Up in the booth, Tsunade was looking down as Jiraiya was right beside her. It seems that the both of them has gone incredibly fast, said Tsunade. Well, you can say that, said Sejuni, as she was looking out as well. Back in the arena, Naruto and Sasuke separate from each other. You have gone fast, Sasuke, said Naruto, as he was narrowing his eyes at Sasuke and walking around. You're not so bad yourself, Sasuke said, as neither of them had started to do anything yet, just testing each other's speed and reflexes. So tell me, are you planning to hold back Naruto asked, as he kept on walking around, but Sasuke didn't move from his position. Why should I, Sasuke said. If you're as strong as the rumors say that you are, you should be able to take everything that they throw at you. Or are you that weak you want me to hold back? Naruto chuckled a bit. On the contrary, I want you to go all out. I want to see exactly how powerful you are. Do you want to die, Sasuke asks. I knew that you have been training over the years to get stronger, Sasuke. You must have a technique in your arsenal to be a one-kill shot, but trust me, it won't work on me. Is that what you think, Sasuke asks, as he smirked. Well then, don't haunt me if you die. I should tell you the same, said Naruto. In an instant, Naruto moved off. Sasuke's eyes scanned the entire area as he saw Naruto moving and blurring in, using the sunshine at a higher pace, as Sasuke was surprised this wasn't even the Harashin. As Naruto appeared behind Sasuke, Sasuke ducked under a spinning kick. He then brought up his hand and grabbed Naruto's leg. But Naruto jumped up and brought down his other leg on Sasuke's shoulder, which Sasuke grabbed. Sasuke then twirled Naruto around and thrust him forward before pulling out 3 kunais. He threw them towards Naruto. Naruto pulled out a kunai himself, but suddenly Sasuke kunai became enveloped in lightning. Lightning kunai technique, he said, as the kunai started to fire lightning towards Naruto in streaks. As all of them came forward and electrocuted him, but he substituted with a log. I didn't take you as one for hiding, Sasuke said. Oh, I'm not, the voice. Sasuke ducked under Naruto's backhand, as Sasuke spun around and lashed out with a kick, but Naruto grabbed his leg and thrust Sasuke over his shoulder. As Naruto then pulled a kunai and threw it towards Sasuke and went through hand sign. Kunai clone technique, he said, as Sasuke pulled out his blade as he blocked each and every one of them. As he then saw another kunai coming towards him, he was about to block it when he noticed an explosive tag was tied to it. The thing exploded right in front of Sasuke's face as it enveloped him in the smoke. Back in the audience, Sakura gasped when she saw the explosion as Ino looked towards her. I don't think that he would come back to be defeated by one single explosive kunai. Don't you have much faith in him? Asked Ino. Of course I do, Sakura said. Then why did you just gasp? Still, Sakura said. As Ino just pointed, just look. Sasuke wasn't there anymore. So now who's hiding? Said Naruto as he was in the center of the arena, narrowing his eyes around. Suddenly Sasuke broke out of the ground, his hand covered in lightning coming towards Naruto's neck. As Naruto tilted his head back, as both him and Sasuke's eyes met. In that split second, Sasuke activated Sharingan as the both of them locked eyes. Everyone watched as Naruto went down limp. In the Kage's box, Naruto has a rather high chakra output. Was he able to manipulate it to use and break out of genjutsu? Asked Navi. You just watch and see, said Jiraiya with a smirk on his face. As Navi just focused back on the fight, as she really wants to see what the kid is capable of right now. They're just testing each other. Sasuke landed the smirk on his face. If you're that weak against genjutsu, then you stand no chance against me. As Sasuke brought down his blade, he placed it right at Naruto's neck as the blade was touching Naruto. But suddenly Sasuke jumped away as Naruto's body burst into lightning. Sasuke smirked. So you finally stopped playing, Sasuke asks. Well, I thought you would never find out the voice. As everyone turned to see Naruto walking from behind a tree. When did you do that? Sasuke asks. Oh, the moment I vanished at first, said Naruto. Sorry, I gotta test what you were really capable of, said Naruto. But it seems like you're still holding back a lot, Sasuke. Well, if you're doing the same, why shouldn't I? Well, at least you have your Sharingan out now, said Naruto. Now we can have some real fun. In an instant, Naruto vanished as he appeared behind Sasuke. Sasuke sitting there on a clash with Naruto's 2 blades. Sasuke was surprised as he grunted his feel Naruto's raw strength pushing him back. Naruto smashed a foot into Sasuke's waist, knocking Sasuke away. Sasuke thrust his blade towards Naruto's head as Naruto tilted his head just in time, but Sasuke pulled on a wire. The blade then ricocheted and spin towards the back of Naruto's neck to slice it off. But Naruto raised his hand and put his blade behind it as it clinged Sasuke's blade away. He then thrust one of his blades towards Sasuke, as Sasuke saw it coming and threw a kunai up that knocked Naruto's blade in the sky. But Naruto vanished towards it in a flash and caught it and threw it down back to Sasuke. Sasuke tilted his head and jumped forward. But Sasuke was jumping forward. He noticed Naruto's blade was right there. Naruto appeared in an instant and kicked him right in the waist. That sent Sasuke sailing away. As he rolled on the ground 3 times, he went through hand sign while rolling. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, he said, as he sent a massive fireball towards Naruto. Naruto went through hand sign. Water style. Rippling wave. As Naruto fired off a burst of water out of his mouth. As it smashed with Sasuke fire. Steam filled the entire area. Damn it, we can't see anything, said Kiba. As the group heard clashing inside. Hayashi had his Byakugan activated. So did Hinata and so did Neji. Hinata, what's going on, said Kiba. The both of them are still clashing with their blades. None of them seem to be getting the upper hand. But Hinata said. What's wrong, asked Kiba. It's Naruto-kun, she said. He seemed to be just testing Sasuke. What do you mean, asked Kiba. Well, the way he's moving. Remember when he first fought Sasuke 4 years ago? Before they left. Yes, said Kiba. Well, he's moving slower than that. Kiba was surprised. Huh. So he really just testing Sasuke? Has he really gotten that strong? But Sasuke seemed to be not going all out either. We will just have to see. Damn it, I can't see anything, said Snaddy. Wind style, ear palms their voice. As a massive wind burst exploded from Naruto's 2 hands, blowing away all the smoke. Naruto and Sasuke then jumped away as both of them landed. As the both of them had smirks on their faces. It seems like they're still playing around, late Snaddy, said Shizune. It seems that way. Back down the arena. It seems like it's time I stop playing with you, Sasuke, said Naruto. It's time I get serious as well, Sasuke said. As with that, Sasuke disappeared and appeared behind Naruto. Sasuke swung his foot around, right into the side of Naruto's head. But Naruto brought up his hand and stopped it, but his body sent skidded away a bit. Gotten stronger, have you? As Naruto grabbed onto Sasuke's leg, Sasuke jumped and brought on his other leg straight towards Naruto's face, but Naruto blocked it and cuffed it right under his arm. So right now he's holding onto Sasuke's both legs. He raised Sasuke in the air, but Sasuke dropped for his blade behind him and brought it down towards Naruto's head. So Naruto released him and jumped away while throwing 2 kunais towards him. Sasuke blocked both of them before jumping forward as he went through hands and released a massive fireball towards Naruto once again. As Naruto jumped out of the way as the fireball hit the ground, he exploded in a burst of air going towards Sasuke in mid-air. As he thrust out his fist, Sasuke brought in his katana to slice Naruto right on his arm, but Naruto slipped right under his guard, diving down. As Sasuke dived as well with his sword extended downwards to pierce Naruto's shoulder. But Naruto created 2 clones as one of them hold on to him and throw him right up in the air. As Sasuke smirked, "You fool, coming right towards me," Sasuke said as he brought down his blade. Naruto then pointed his 2 fingers towards Sasuke like a gun, before firing off 2 water bullets. As Sasuke brought his blade forward, the attack smashed into the blade but didn't break it, pushing Sasuke more in mid-air. Sasuke then cursed when he noticed something behind him. As he was so focused, he didn't notice a Naruto that fly past him, as Naruto had created 2 clones. But Sasuke had his Sharingan activate as he spun just in time in mid-air. As his sword started cracking with lightning. "Lightning slash," he said, as he released a slash all around him that teared through the clone, and one was coming towards Naruto as well. As Naruto simply flashed away and appeared at a distance. Sasuke landed, with a smirk still on his face, making Naruto smile towards him as well. "Naruto, we made a promise 4 years ago," Sasuke said. "Now is the time. It's time we stop holding back. I want to see how strong I've gotten. And for me to do that, you must stop holding back. Now come at me with everything you got." As Naruto closed his eyes, "I did promise that. Well, I guess I'll make right on that promise." As Naruto then threw his sword towards Sasuke, Sasuke knocked away the blade before jumping away, as the blade landed right in the center, stabbing into the ground. As Naruto flashed towards it before going through hand sign, "Hyrule radius field," Naruto said. Suddenly, a pulse went around the entire arena. Up in the Kage's boot. "What is that?" asked Navi. "This is one of the techniques the brat used to defeat me," said Jiraiya with an angry scowl. "Still angry about that, are you?" Of course I'm not, Jiraiya said. I don't carry petty feelings like that. Then why is your eyebrow twitching? You just watch and see why. Back in the arena, as Sasuke saw Naruto not moving. So what now? You gone silent? No, I haven't, said a voice. Sasuke was surprised. When did he mark behind him? Sasuke spinning around but no one was there. And you wanted me to use my full power. You really think you can keep up with me like this? Sasuke was confused as he spun around again but no one was there. He then felt a harsh kick connected into his back. Before he was sent sailing, he was grabbed by the shoulder and lifted up in the air. Before something slammed right into his lower back. As it made Sasuke cry out in pain before he was kicked straight up in the air. Suddenly, he was forced down into the ground by a knee into his gut. He smashed into it with a loud boom. Everyone was surprised. Is that pure speed? Asked Tenten as she was watching Naruto move. If it is, Naruto is crazy fast, said Ino. To be that fast, I can't even imagine it, she said. As Kakashi had his Sharingan activated, as he wondered what was going on, Naruto didn't mark the place. But why was he vanishing like that? Snazzy was also confused. Hey, Jiraiya, what is going on? Well, look at his blade, Jiraiya said. As Snazzy looked at the blade in the arena. The breath has improved the Harashin to an extent. He doesn't have to mark his targets anymore. Once you're in his radius, he can teleport to anywhere you are. What? Snazzy said. As that was beyond anything that she's ever heard. Her great uncle, or Minato Namikaze, did. Yeah, he's something else alright, said Jiraiya. As Sasuke was getting assaulted in the arena. He couldn't even see properly where Naruto was coming from. Only thing he felt was pain. Pain all over. As he was sent sailing in the wall once again. Sasuke's back hit the wall with a terrible force. He coughed up blood. As he dropped to his hands and knees. What the hell, Sasuke says. He lifted up his head to see Naruto right in front of him. A brutal kick smashed into his face. Sasuke was sent sailing in the wall once again. Before Naruto grabbed him by the throat and threw him forward. As Sasuke was sent sailing across the ground. Coughing up some more blood. As blood was running down his nose, Sasuke struggled to get back up. But he did got to his feet. I'm not done yet, he said. As Naruto didn't say anything, he just teleported behind Sasuke and grabbed him by the shoulder. Sasuke tried to spin around his blade, but Naruto grabbed his wrist and flipped Sasuke with one quick motion before smashing him hard on his back. Before slamming a foot right into Sasuke's stomach, as Sasuke was sent sailing across the ground once again. Back in his stance. Whoa, that's brutal, said Kiba. Not really, said Shikamaru. Sasuke wants to see what he's capable of. After all we've heard about Naruto, we know that Naruto is the strongest right here. Sasuke might be strong, but I don't think that he's on Naruto level. So Naruto is showing him, and what he must improve on. Because Sasuke wanted the challenge. He wanted to get stronger, Shikamaru said, analyzing the battle. Still, as Kiba gulped, you're now overthinking what you said earlier, aren't you, Ashino? What are you talking about, said Kiba? That you want to face off against Naruto. Do you see that you're no match now? Kiba just went quiet, as he realized something. He couldn't keep up with Naruto like that because no one had any idea what Naruto was doing. He was simply teleporting everywhere. Was that the famous Harashin? They didn't know because they didn't really know how it worked. They knew that you had to add markings, but Naruto wasn't doing that. He was just teleporting everywhere. Sasuke got back to his feet in the arena as he went through handstand before lightning started crackling his hand. Come on, Sasuke. Do you really think you can get me like that, Naruto asked. Sasuke smirked. Chidori Spear, he said. Naruto held out his hand as a Rasengan formed in seconds. Rasengan Blast, he said. As Sasuke watched his Rasengan extended out like a blast towards his Chidori Spear. The both of them made contact in the center as they exploded. Naruto Rasengan overpowering Sasuke's Chidori Spear. Sasuke was sent flying back in as he hit into the wall with great force. You said that you wanted me to go all out, Sasuke, for you to test your real strength. If you can't block this, you will die, Naruto said. As Sakura got up, but Ino held on to her hand. I don't think Naruto's gonna let anything bad happen to Sasuke. Don't worry. Back in the Kage's booth. What is the brat doing? Said Snazzy as she could clearly see that Naruto was dominating this match. But what was he about to do? As Naruto went through handstand, Storm Release, Rasengan Dragon. As Jiraiya was surprised, as Snazzy looked at him to see that he was unfamiliar with his technique as well. As Snazzy looked over, as Shizune spoke, do you not know of this, Jiraiya-sama? She asked. I had no idea that he could do something like this. Everyone watched as a blue dragon materialized. As they could see clearly through the dragon's body, and inside of it was 10 orbs of Rasengan just spinning wildly. As the thing thrust forward, going towards Sasuke. As everyone was on the edge of their seat, if that hit Sasuke in that state. As Sakura screamed out Sasuke's name for him to move. Sasuke snapped his eyes up before they changed. Boom! The Rasengan dragon exploded on contact. As everyone was surprised. Everyone was just watching as they thought Naruto would stop his technique or something, or that Sasuke would move. But Naruto had a smirk on his face. As Naruto started to laugh, confusing everyone. So, I guess you did read the tablet, Naruto asked. As everyone who saw the smoke start to clear away as they saw something was there. What the hell is that? Said Kiba. Kakashi, what is that? Asked Guy. As Asuma and Kurenai turned towards him as well. Well, Sasuke's Sharingan has evolved into the Monkey to Sharingan, and that gives him different abilities, such as this. The Susanoo. Suddenly a roar could be heard, as the Susanoo roar blowing away all the smoke, as everyone watched a giant figure around Sasuke. It had a bow and arrow in its hand, as it had golden eyes and it was purple, seemed to be wearing some traditional clothing of samurais. Sasuke had a smirk on his face. I wanted to use this against him, but if I can't at least bring you down with it, then I stand no chance against him because he must have this as well, Sasuke said. As Naruto simply smiled. So you were holding back as well, finally decided to bring out the big guns. Yes, and it's all because of you, Sasuke said. Flashback. Sasuke was sitting down with Kakashi. It had been a couple of months into their training trip. As Sasuke was still thinking about what he read, after Naruto told him that there must be another stage of the Sharingan that you need to acquire if you want to get stronger to beat Itachi. But he just had to search the Uchiha compound. Sasuke went to the Naka Shrine, where he found the tablet. With his Sharingan, he was able to read everything about the Susanoo. You want me to do what? Kakashi asks. I want you to make the illusion as real as possible. But Sasuke, that is just torture. It's the only way I can get the same eyes as him, Sasuke said. And it's the only way I can defeat him. As Kakashi was surprised at what Sasuke just told him. Sasuke wants Kakashi to place him into a genjutsu. Wants to make it look incredibly real. And put all of his fears against him. What about you? Sasuke said. Do you have this level? Yes. I acquired that different Sharingan some time ago. And that is exactly what I want to get as well. If I don't have this, I don't stand a chance, Sasuke said. I want this to happen. It doesn't matter how torture or painful it is. I need this to happen, said Sasuke. Kakashi just sighed, as he didn't say anything after that. A few days later, Sasuke woke up. He was in Konoha. Everyone was there. His mother, his father, and his best friend Naruto. And Sakura was there as well as they were all having a family dinner around his table. Suddenly, the door was burst open. As flashes happened. Sasuke didn't know what happened after that as he went unconscious. Something hit him in the back of the neck. When he woke up, Sasuke was utterly shocked. Itachi, what are you doing? He asked. You're still too weak, Itachi said. You still haven't have enough hate. You didn't have the reserve to kill your best friend. You were still too weak after all. Sasuke, help me, Naruto said. Sasuke tried to move. As he struggled out of his mind, rushing forward, but a fist smashed into his gut. He didn't know why, but he couldn't feel his chakra or do anything. As Itachi then smashed Sasuke in the wall, while another Itachi emerged. Sasuke, Mikoto, and Fukaku screamed. As Sakura was on her knees until her head was sliced off. Sasuke watched in shock as he started to scream. Outside in the real world, Sasuke was pinned down, as ninja warriors were wrapping him up. A seal was on his forehead so he couldn't access his chakra. The illusion that Sasuke was put under by Kakashi, as Kakashi had his Sharingan activated, making Sasuke think that he was trapped and this world was real. But that was not even the worst part. After Itachi had finished killing everyone, Sasuke was replaced by Itachi. As Sasuke looked to see that he had stabbed and killed everyone, he was not the victim. He was the monster, as he had the blade as Itachi had the sword right through his throat, begging Sasuke to stop, but Sasuke pushed it forward. Sasuke dropped the blade as he stepped back, but the moment he stepped back, another blade appeared as it tear right through Naruto's chest, killing him as well. Sasuke swung the blade around to throw it away, but it landed right in Sakura's chest. Sasuke started to scream as he tried to get out of whatever this is. He did not understand, as it was too much. It broke him. And his eyes, after killing his best friend, watching Naruto's lifeless body, the life leave his eyes, and killing his brother, Sasuke dropped to his knees and screamed as he started to punch the ground, as he felt something happen. Outside the real world, he was brought out of his illusion. Kakashi, he said, as Kakashi brought up a mirror in front of Sasuke's face, making Sasuke saw the star in his eyes. It really worked. It actually worked. End of a flashback. So you're fast, huh? Sasuke said. Let's see you block this or dodge this. Sasuke then fired 2 arrows towards Naruto. Naruto moved in a flash as they connected right in the ground. The Susanoo ripped itself out of the wall. I have barely trained with these eyes, so that I did not overuse them. So I would have a chance to test my power against you, and him as well. So I won't be weak on the battlefield. So Naruto, let's say you defeat me this easily now. I'm surprised, Naruto thought. As Sasuke was able to achieve those eyes, he has a good chance against Itachi now. Back up in his stance. Mom, is Big Brother gonna lose now? Because that Uchiha has that thing over there? I doubt it, Kushina, said Yujiro. As she was smiling, it seemed like Naruto was still in complete control of this match. Despite the way the situation looked, as Sasuke hadn't been able to hit Naruto with a solid hit yet. As Sasuke smirked as he fired off his Shidori spear, but not towards Naruto. As it hit, Naruto blade rooted it out of the ground, as Naruto blade was sent ricocheting off of the wall. As Sasuke smirked towards him, I know what you're doing now, Sasuke said. You've been able to do that ever since you stuck that blade in the ground right there. But now, Sasuke then created 2 arrows as he fired them towards Naruto, as Naruto flashed away towards his other blade. As he smirked, as I thought, Sasuke said, as he started to fire arrows towards Naruto, making Naruto sight and dodge each and every one of them. As Sasuke then went through hand sign, first fireball jutsu, fired out a massive fireball towards Naruto as Naruto went through hand sign, wind style, raging tornado, as a massive tornado, the thing overpowered the fire, enhancing the flame, but it came back at Sasuke. Sasuke created 2 blades out of his Susanoo and sliced the tornado into nothingness, before he created back his bow and arrow and fired straight towards Naruto. As Naruto flashed towards his blades once again, as Naruto then pulled both of his blades as he rushed towards Sasuke, flashing away, using his blades to go to the other side of the arena, before he threw one of them towards Sasuke. Sasuke smirked as he let the blade come close to him, as Naruto appeared right behind him and sliced at the back, but Sasuke spun with Susanoo as he tried to slap Naruto with his backhand, but Naruto vanished once more and appeared on top of the head and brought his heel down. As Sasuke felt his Susanoo shake, as he jumped right out of it, but it didn't break. Sasuke then met Naruto in mid-air as he clashed blades with him. Sasuke was able to see things more better now, as he drive a heel right into Naruto's stomach, sending Naruto sailing down to the ground a boom. Sasuke then moved forward and quick as he went through hand sign, before firing several Senbon needles out of his mouth. As Naruto was about to flash away, but Sasuke appeared in sunshine right to the left, before firing a massive fireball towards Naruto's blades. Sasuke smirked when he didn't see Naruto appear there. Instead, one of the Senbon needles stick him right in the leg. Sasuke gave Naruto no chance as he appeared in a blur. He smashed a fist into Naruto's face before uppercutting him straight up in the air. He then flipped and drive a heel right into Naruto's stomach, bringing him back down a boom, as he grabbed Naruto and threw him. As he then fired off several shurikens before going through hand sign, the shuriken stopped in mid-air and started to fire out lightning that crashed straight into Naruto's body. Everyone watched as Sasuke was now taking control of the match. Well, Kiba, are those the 2 that you say you want to fight against? Asked Shino. Be quiet, Shino, said Kiba, as Shino was now rubbing in Kiba's face. As Sakura smirked, it seemed like Sasuke has gotten really strong. It doesn't matter, Naruto still has this. What are you talking about, said Sakura. Can't you see? Naruto is losing, she said. I don't feel like Naruto has gone fully all out yet, but Sasuke is getting all hype, because he's using all of his power, and not to mention that new power that he just showed. You just watch and see. Meanwhile, in the Kage's box, seems that the Uchi has gotten really strong. Yeah, he has, said Jiraiya. I wonder if he's strong enough though to defeat him. Asked Natty, narrowed her eyes. Well, the brat, he's incredibly strong from what I can see so far. And he's not even shown that yet. I think he's gonna do that right now. Back in the arena, Naruto started to laugh as he picked himself off the ground, looking over at his two blades. As the ground was scorched around them with Sasuke's fireball, but his blades were completely fine. The metal they were made with was chakra conductor irons, so it was incredibly hard for anything to damage them that easily. Aren't you gonna get up, Sasuke asked, or are you finished? Naruto said nothing as Sasuke rushed forward. Alright, then I'll end this, he said, and finally show you that I'm stronger. Sasuke then rushed forward as he brought on his blade to put it right at Naruto's throat. But out of nowhere, Naruto grabbed the blade. Sasuke was surprised as Naruto was holding on to his blade, not the hilt, the blade. As Naruto then got up, Sasuke saw his eyes before a fist connected into Sasuke's face. Sasuke was sent rocketing back. He didn't know what was that force, but he could tell that his nose was broken by that hit as he smashed into the wall. Sasuke instantly dropped to all fours. He started to cough up blood. He didn't understand. Sasuke had to quickly move away as Naruto's feet connected, breaking the wall that he was next to. Before he could go too far, Naruto backhanded him away as he sailed, as he smashed into another side of the wall. Before Naruto appeared in a blur and grabbed him by the face and slammed his body hard into it. You have gotten strong, Sasuke, but I have as well. As Sasuke noticed Naruto's eyes has changed. The colors around it and inside was a black bar. Jiraiya, Cincinnati, how was he able to do that? As he gotten better than using Susanoo than you. I remember one time you used that ability and your face changed, and not to mention those toads are on your shoulders. So what about Naruto? Why doesn't he has that? It's strange. When we went to Mount Miyaboku, it only took Naruto a couple of days before getting Sage Chakra into his system. Even the elders were surprised for him to get it so quickly. All of the toads were, since it took me and Minato so long, but the brat, he's just special, I guess. And now he's able to draw on it. It just took him a couple of seconds. And the longer he draw on nature energy, the longer the sage stay in his body. I see now. That is why he was able to defeat you so easily. Looking at the both of them right now, they're already Jonin level. I could have told you that a long time ago, said Jiraiya. Well, I just want to see, said Snaddy. So what are you going to do, call the match, Jiraiya said. Well, not yet. Let's see what they are going to do next. Sasuke slowly picked up himself. What happened to you? Well, you gained that different ability. And I gained Sage Mode. Sage Mode, Sasuke said. Yeah, something I learned from the toads. They enhance my physical and overall performance, Naruto said. So, you are still holding back, Sasuke said as he clenched his fists. Before holding out his hand, after going through hand signs, a massive, screeching sound could be heard. It's time we end this, Sasuke said, as he gulped a bit. As lightning started crackling even more, until it started to change. A flicker of fire started to resonate around Sasuke's hand, as the lightning started to merge with the fire. Everyone watched as Sasuke merged the two elements together. A screeching and a humming sound could be heard, as Sasuke kept on pouring more and more power into his ability, making it stronger and stronger and stronger. Let's see you walk away after this, as Sasuke's entire hand was enveloped, as the palm of his hand took on the shape of a dragon, as it started to manifest. Collaboration technique. Screeching dragon, he said. Naruto held out his hand in one single orb form, as 5 other orbs formed around it, as they started to spin in a very fast motion that you can barely see them. You just heard a whistling sound, as lightning started to crackle around them as well, as the wind started to pick up around them. Storm release, Naruto said. Planetary Rasengan. As the both of them leaped forward before thrusting their attacks together. Snada-sama, should we stop this? asked Shizune. As Snada looked at Jiraiya, this was getting really dangerous. Those attacks were gonna... As Jiraiya shook his head, no. As the two attacks collided, everyone had to close their eyes. They were even blown back, as the force was terrible. The arena wall started to crack, the entire ground was ripped apart. All trees around were teared to cinders. Nothing remained standing after the attack ended. As everyone had to close their eyes, it was a white, blinding flash. None of them could see anything at all. As when everything finally died down, not even the Hyugas could see because the air was saturated with so much power. As the smoke finally cleared away, Sasuke was lying down on the ground, on his back. Yet still he had a smile on his face. As Naruto was standing right over him, shaking a bit. "It seems your attack did more than I thought," said Naruto, as he looked at his arm to see some burn marks, which were slowly healing. As Sasuke simply chuckled. "I knew that I would lose," Sasuke said. "Really?" said Naruto. "Yeah. By now I can tell that you're stronger, even though it was hard to admit it. But it doesn't matter because I will still get stronger than you." "Oh really now?" said Naruto. "Yeah." "So what about him?" Naruto said. "You're far stronger than him, Naruto, I can tell that. Besides, he's just a S rank criminal. Your name is marked as a double S rank. I knew that you were stronger a long time ago. Since you were a child would you have been developing and growing far faster than me. Huh. But still, it doesn't matter. I will still defeat it no matter what. I have trained intensely for the past 4 years, and I should be able to defeat him," Sasuke said. "And then, once I'm strong enough, I'm coming after you, and we will have this battle again." As Naruto simply smiled, before he felt a jolt through his body, as he dropped to one knee. "It seems like your attack did more than I thought," said Naruto, making Sasuke shocked even more. "I want to ask you a favor." "What is it?" Naruto said. "When the time comes, I know that the Hokage will send you there, and a team with me to go after him. But I want you to hold him off, so that I alone can fight him. It is my right to defeat him, Naruto. No one else. I want you to take on his partner so we can have a one-on-one match and stop the others as well." "Well, I already told you, Sasuke. This is up to you. This match, it will be yours alone. So indeed, you'll have your one-on-one with Itachi, and you alone." As Sasuke smirked, as Naruto extended a hand. "Huh? I thought my attack did more than you thought." "Yeah, it did," Naruto said. "But remember," as Naruto pointed at his stomach. "Oh yeah," making Sasuke scowl at him. "What's wrong?" "You didn't use that power," Sasuke said. "Yeah, I did," Naruto said. "After all, I want to fight with my real power, to show you how strong I've gotten over the past 4 years. And you did the same by fighting with your own power as well. So I figured it was only fair." "So you were still holding back even then," Sasuke said. But he just laughed it off as Naruto gave him a helping hand. As Sasuke got back to his feet, applause and cheers started to go off, as crying could be heard as Lee and Guy were hugging each other and crying to their heart content. "Guy Sensei, that was the most useless match I ever seen. And even in the end, after Naruto's won, they both still share a deep connection of bond." "Yes, they did," Lee said. "Guy, that was a most youthful match," he said, and he wiped away the tears from his eyes. As Nadia had a big smile on her face as she made her way down there, as the others started to get out of their seat as well. As Naruto placed Sasuke down as he leaned up against the wall, as Nadia made her way forward. "You guys did wonderful," she said. "And I don't think there's any need to hold this back anymore. I hereby promote the both of you to..." "Oops," Naruto said. "I guess I lost." More chuckling than I thought, as he started to fall, as he landed face first right into Nadia's bosom. "Thank you for catching me, Bachan," he said, as he then started to snuggle up. "Whoa, these are really tough," he said, before a fist smashed into his stomach and smashed him right into the wall. "Snadi-sama," says Shizune as she rushed over. "Don't worry, all this healed extra damage." Jiraiya then started to grumble as Nadia looked beside her to see Jiraiya going into his wallet. What are you doing?" she asked. "Oh, nothing," Jiraiya said, as Nadia turned towards him. "Was this some kind of bet?" she asked. "What are you talking about?" Jiraiya said. Jiraiya said to Nadia as she started to step forward with her eyebrow twitching. It was all the kid's idea, Jiraiya said. We have made numerous bets through our training trip, but this one is his idea. And I didn't thought that he would do it right now, Jiraiya said. As Tsunade turned her head to look back at Naruto. Tsunade-sama, I think you killed him, said Shizune. He's just fine. Stop pretending, brat, she said. Shizune, said Naruto. I'm afraid I won't make it. I fear the only thing that can save me now is a kiss from you. Tsunade's eyebrow twitched. Please, save my life, Naruto said. As Shizune leaned down and kissed him right in the forehead. Did that do what she asked? Before Naruto collapsed dead. Time skip. As Kushina ran, she jumped on her big brother. That was awesome, she says. Naruto caught her. You did so many awesome techniques. Can you teach me them, she asks. Maybe when you're a bit older, said Naruto. Come on, why not now, she asks. As Naruto scratched the back of his head. Sorry, you're still too young. As she pouted. Come on, Naruto says. He patted her on the head. Don't give me that face. Alright, fine, she said. But you promise that you will teach me them when I'm older? Yeah, said Naruto. She wrapped her arms around his neck. I love you, big brother, she said. I love you too, said Naruto. But aren't you tired after all of that? She asked. A bit, but not that much. But what about Sasuke? She said. Where is he? He's getting healed up by Tsunade. It seems like he took more damage than I did. Huh, you say that after you just kicked his ass. How modest of you, said Uncle. Oh, Uncle. Like what you saw, Naruto asked. You have gotten strong. But just by a bit. Are you really downgrading me, Naruto said. You're not that special, she said, as she started to walk off. Why is she acting that way with you, big brother? Asked Kushina. Don't worry, she's just angry. About what? That I won, Naruto said. About what, said Kushina. Oh, just a bet that we made a long time ago. You didn't want anything, said Uncle as she started to walk off. Making Naruto chuckle, as Kushina was confused. Time skip, it was no night time. At the hidden sand, as Kankuro was walking through the hall of the Kazekage mansion, before he came to a stop in the dining room. I thought you'd be at Konoha, he said. Tomorrow is my monthly alliance visit, she said. Well, given that he's back, I thought he would be there, at least from today. As Temari blushed a bit, but her back was turned to Kankuro, so he didn't see it. What are you talking about, she said. Oh, don't play dumb with me, sis. You know I'm not an idiot, right? Even Gaara knows. What? He does? Well, you two really didn't make it that hard to find out. Given all the flirting that he does, and all the blushing that you do. Temari turned as she glared at him. Whoa, easy. It's not anything bad. After all, I kinda like the guy. He's not a bad guy after all. And he seemed to treat you nice. But still, you know about the CRA thing that he's in. Yeah, Temari said. Sound a bit sad. Wouldn't you want to be with someone to be with by yourself? Kankuro asked. Temari sighed. I don't know what it is, she said. But he's just different. Different from anyone. Even here in the hidden sand. And no, she said. Wait, why am I telling you anything? Aw, I never knew that you were that soft, Big Stacy said. You're always a tough one. But I can see you know as you are acting like a real girly girl. As Temari started to look around the kitchen and she reached for something. As Kankuro rushed out the room as something smashed into the door. Meanwhile, at the Kazekage's tower, Gaara was sleeping. Yes, his head was on the table. Before there was a knock at the doors, Gaara suddenly jumped up. Huh? Who is it? He said. It's me, Kazekage-sama. As Baki stepped into the room. As Baki chuckled a bit. It seems like you were sleeping, Kazekage. Nothing of the sorts, Gaara said. It's okay. From what I can see, these are a lot of paperwork. And there's only a few left. It wouldn't be bad if you just leave these till tomorrow. No, I can finish them, Gaara said. But Gaara was still happy. If it wasn't for his new friend, well, none of this stuff had ever happened and he wouldn't be able to sleep. But it was all thanks to Naruto, who helped him in more ways than one, and also helped him in his social life. Yes, Naruto has visited the sand multiple times. Well, along with his training trips, so he get to see Naruto a lot of times. And Naruto was always doing some things, like setting him up with girls here. as Gaara come to realize that a lot of them really liked him. He didn't know if it was just because he was a Kazekage or what, but he really did. He was happy to be the Kazekage of this village, and he was happy to protect them all. And he actually liked one of the girls back. Her name was Matsuri. As he couldn't let Naruto find out that, because if Naruto knew, he's gonna rush the girl as quickly as possible to tell her. And Gaara was feeling a bit shy, yes. Because he has gotten so many different experiences and seen life in a whole different new way right now. He is not emotionless as he once was. So now it was feeling kind of difficult to just talk to him like that, as he felt a bit shy, even though he didn't know how Naruto did it. Naruto was just smooth, and he always say what's on his mind. Suddenly, Gaara saw something flying at the window. As he was confused, there are no birds like that hidden. Gaara's eyes went wide before a bird fly right inside. Cats! An explosion went off. Meanwhile, at the Kazekage's manor, it wasn't that far away from the tower, as Temari and Kankuro heard the explosion, as they quickly rushed outside to check, as they saw smoke coming from the window, and a strange bird was just flying outside. Suddenly, an arm made from sand shot out of the window and tried to grab the bird, but the bird retreated back. I knew that wouldn't be enough to take you down. Well, at least I can have some more fun, Kazekage, said Deidara as he was on top of his bird, as Gaara was inside. His sand shielded him and Baki from the explosion. Baki, this is the group that Naruto told us about, the Akatsuki. The usual traveling peers, if he's here, Deidara, the mad bomber of the Hidden Stone, then sorcery somewhere nearby. Go and check all the village parameters, and start to move the civilians quickly. At once. What about you, sir? I'll deal with him. And with that, Gaara fly through the window with his sand. Oh, so you can fly as well, huh? Well, how about we have a show of art in the sky to illuminate the place, said Deidara. Gaara said nothing as he sent his sand straight towards Deidara, making Deidara smirk as he started to sweep and dive through the sand. As Temari and Kankuro started to rush towards their position, Baki suddenly landed. What's going on, Temari asks. They have come. It's the Akatsuki. Time skip. The next morning, as Naruto, Hayate, Anko, and Kushina and Yuji were sitting in the living room of the Uzumaki compound. So what do you want to talk to us about, asked Hayate. Well, that's just it, said Naruto. In a day or two, I'm gonna officially take the seat as a clan head of the Uzumaki clan. Yeah, we already know that, said Anko. Well, that's not the thing Naruto said. Seeing that you guys are always here, I wanted to adopt all of you into the Uzumaki clan as well, so that you guys can have the name as well. And you can all be a part of it, he said. As they all looked at each other, before looking back at Naruto. You want to adopt us all into it? Said Hayate. Yeah, said Naruto. Besides, there is more than enough house in this compound for you guys to stay. What are you talking about, said Kushina. Oh, well, Naruto is trying to adopt us into his clan, so that we would stay here? Asked Kushina. Yeah, said Yujiro. So, big brother, I can stay here with you now? And them as well? Every time? Yeah, Naruto said. As Kushina jumped over as Naruto caught her. Of course I will, she said. Come on, mom, it will be awesome. Besides, we're almost always here. And so all of us can live here now. As Yujiro looked over towards Hayate, seeing that neither of them come from any special families. And, well, they were the last one left seeing their parents already died some time ago. That is one of the main reasons why Yujiro wanted to start a family. She wanted more in her life. She had Naruto, but she wanted a daughter for her own, or her son as well. Even though Naruto was like a son to her already. And now, he's the big brother of her little daughter. As Hayate had lost his parents some time ago, and he didn't have any brother or sister. Anko family died early in the war, and Orochimaru had taken over as their master, and she used to be everywhere with him, until Naruto freed her from that cursed seal back then, because she was, well, mostly alone, always in the forest of death. So what do you guys say, Naruto said. But they were interrupted as the intercom at the gate. Someone was there. Who is it, Naruto said. Uzumaki-sama, Hokage has requested your presence at once. It is urgent. I'll get your answer when I come back, okay? You guys can think about it, Naruto said. Well, my answer is already yes, said Kushina, as Naruto smiled toward her. I'll be back soon, Naruto said, as he headed off. The three of them looked at each other as Kushina was just smiling, because she already accepted this a long time ago in her mind. Well, it wouldn't be that bad. And we're almost always here, said Hayate. Well, why not make it official? Well, I'm glad you say that because I already said yes in my mind. And you, uncle? You guys are the closest thing to family I got. Why not? So, is that a yes from everyone, said Kushina? It seems that way, said Yujiro. So, how do you like the name? Kushina Uzumaki. As Kushina had a big smile on her face. It's wonderful, she said. Meanwhile, Hokage's tower. As everyone, well, Sasuke was back in perfect health. Tsunade had healed him rather quickly. As Kakashi was there early for once, and Sakura was there as well. As Naruto stepped inside, Naruto, know that you're here. As Naruto saw Tsunade was serious, and he could already tell what is going on. But lucky, he made precautions for this. They would not take the One Piece from Gaara no matter what. I'll just cut to it. The Kazekage has been kidnapped. I got the message early this morning from the Sand. And it's the Akatsuki. As Jiraiya was there as well, as he had his arms folded with a serious look on his face. I want you guys to go there and try to rescue the Kazekage, and in also taking out the Akatsuki as well. From what I saw yesterday, and from promoting the both of you to Jonins, the both of you can handle yourself against S-rank criminals. And Kakashi, I see that you have been training with Sasuke over the years as well. And Sakura, I have trained you personally. And they also need your help. As Naruto then thought something was off because, but Tsunade beat him to it. It seems like Gaara's siblings have been injured by a poison that the Hidden Sand is unfamiliar with. They tried to pursue the enemy to go after Gaara, but they were found out in the desert. They need your expertise, Sakura. You're already excellent at the art of medical ninjutsu, so I'm counting on you. Yes, Nai-sama, said Sakura. Kakashi, I want you to be in charge of this mission. And hurry. And get the Kazekage back, she said. Will do. As Kakashi turned toward the team. Get your things ready, he said. We'll move out in a half an hour at the west gate. As all of them nodded. As the other two start to walk out, but Naruto called out to them. I already have my markers set up near the Hidden Sand. So, once you guys are ready, I'll just teleport all of us there. Tsunade looked at him. Wouldn't that expend too much chakra to teleport so many people, she asked. In this case, it doesn't matter, it's worth it, said Naruto. But, if you weaken yourself like that, how will you be able to fight? Don't worry, Bacha, Naruto said. I got this, as he placed his hand on his stomach. As Tsunade understand what he was talking about. Alright then. I trust you, she said. Now hurry up, as all of them nodded and all of them heading off. As Tsunade turned towards Jiraiya. Did you know that he had a marker there? Well, the kid has been there a lot of times. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a marker everywhere in the Elemental Nations. We did go a lot of places. Except for the Hidden Rain. Because we can't even get in their damn borders. I heard that the village is still under a civil war. Even though my contacts can't find anything there. The two that I've sent in there hasn't reported anything back. I don't know if they're dead, Jiraiya said. But, do you think that Hanzo is still running that village? I have no idea. For him to be this quiet, not even moving a single pin. And Hanzo was well respected. I don't think that they would war, knowing that Hanzo is their leader. Something must be going on there. I must gather some more information, he said. As he saw Tsunade, looked a bit worried. Come on, don't worry, he said. After all, Naruto won't be taken down by any of these Akatsuki members. As Tsunade sighed. Just put a little faith in the kid. Of course I had faith in him, said Tsunade. I'm just worried about him. Remember, they're after him exactly. What is inside of him? We didn't talk about that. How far is he reaching that? Asked Tsunade. To tell you the truth, I have no idea, said Jiraiya. I told you that he just meditate. But up to this point, I don't even know where he is. But he told me that everything is good. He's being all cryptid with that. But I believe that was nowhere near his full power what he showed us when he was facing off against Sasuke. I figured that the brat was still holding something back, she said. Time skip. Naruto couldn't stay long, as he had to head off to the hidden stand. So he didn't get their answers yet. After getting their things back, the group made their way back. Naruto, are you sure you can do something like this? Kakashi asked. As Naruto looked towards him, trust me, Naruto said. Now everyone hold on. As they all placed a hand on Naruto. And in a flash, they were gone. But guys, if the end steps right here for the next part of this, know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. Remember, share this to all of your friends in social media platform. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace.